Hey guys! Welcome to Smash or Pass the Ball.
My name is Liz.
My name is Beth.
Disclaimer, we are both not named Elizabeth.
Yes, my name is Bethlehem. Welcome to our 8th episode.
Yay! Yeah! We have a lot to discuss this episode. We only have one game, the Newcastle-Manchester United game. But
we have a lot of news.
Lots of news. And also a potential news segment.
Ref Watch.
Ref Watch. Which I thought was such a cute little name.
Oh my god, thanks. Ref Watch.
Ref Watch. Just to get into my apology, I didn't mispronounce anyone's names. Also, our episode from last week is live today.
Yes.
Monday, December 4th. But the audio was whack, and that's on us. We didn't do a mic check before. Right. Sorry, team. So if you heard whack audio last episode,
it was on us. We're sorry about that.
But
we will do better.
It was such a great episode, so I do highly recommend that you give it a listen.
Yeah, guys, just ignore the audio being whack. Like, it's so
simple.
My business. Like, literally just listen to the content.
Yeah.
Why does it matter how we sound?
Exactly.
That's what we're saying.
Yeah, and if you don't, then it means you hate women, so.
And you hate soccer, so you're not even a fan.
Anyways, getting straight into it, we have lots of news to cover. So this morning, when I literally typed this up at like noon, David De Gea, is it? De Gea, okay. Is open to joining Newcastle United to cover Nick Pope, who sadly
dislocated his shoulder out on injury.
If you heard a cry from around the world, that was me.
I knew that was you.
Okay.
I heard like a wail. It sounded like a banshee. And I was like, oh, that's Liz. I said, oh, my heart goes out to her in her time of... No, this is really sad. This is actually insane. But this is great.
This is
De Gea is incredible.
Yeah.
He's been Man United's goalie for like a long time. He has a pretty, I wouldn't say clean sheet, but like a pretty good like track record.
I am curious as to why he has been without a club since leaving Manchester United.
So when he left, he kind of was vague about like the nature of his departure. Like, yes, his contract had ended, but he like indicated that he was retiring, but then never really retired. So he was like,
okay, Tom Brady.
So we were like, what's going on? Are you retired or no? And then everyone just forgot about him because the season started and, you know, Man United were such crap that no one could think about. De Gea, it was just like he just got lost in all the hubbub. Yeah.
It was funny. The article that I was reading about this was like, and then, you know, Onana came and they weren't doing great. And I was laughing. I was like, you couldn't have, like,
there are no words.
Onana out of this. Like, let's just focus on the positives. Let's not focus on the negatives.
No, let's focus on the negatives. Let's discuss this because I'm sorry. I can't believe how, like...
They downgraded.
It's not just like it's like an elevator drop from, like, the 10th floor. Someone, like, cuts all the ropes and it just kind of, like, plummets. And, like, all the people in it die. And, you know, and the people in it were me and all the Man United fans. And so it's really upsetting. When they got him, he was supposed to be, like, a really good goalie.
Onana?
Like, yeah. Like, he has a really, really good... He's really expensive. He has a really good track record.
Yeah, they do.
Where is all of this?
I went to go look up where Onana was from, and I typed in Congo.
I think he's from Ghana.
That's not...
Congo, Onana.
No, I just typed in Congo.
Oh, really?
Not even Onana's name.
What have you... How did that happen?
He's from Cameroon.
Oh, Cameroon. Oh, God. Congo.
The heck?
You were just so sure. You said Congo goalkeeper. And
no,
you expected Andre
all I
Onana.
did was type in Congo enter.
Wait, what? This is insane.
Anyways.
He's Cameroonian.
Apparently a day ago on 90minutes.com, they said that Man United is bidding for Onana replacement.
Oh, for sure. They should be. Even Bruno Fernandes spoke out. Did you hear about this? He said Onana needed to step up. He said Onana needed to step up, but, you know, obviously we can't blame this on him. It was after the Galatasaray, like the 3-3. Yeah, that whole disaster, that whole fiasco. And then he was like, yes, obviously Onana needed to step up, but we can't blame the whole thing on him. And I was like, okay, very gracious of you, Fernandes, but, like, it is kind of a little bit his fault. But you all suck too. But like, also it is his fault, and also it's Eric Ten Hag's fault. Like the biggest perpetrator of these crimes. I think at the end of the day,
we should blame the bald man.
We are blaming the bald man, but like it seems like he's not going anywhere. So I don't know what to do. This is just a really tough spot to be in.
Yeah. But yeah, so De Gea is hopefully kind of. He said that he's been without a club, whatever. But if they approach him with an offer, because Pope is now going to be out for like 5 months, he said he's very opening.
He's very open.
Oh my God. Very open to that, which I think would be good. We do have and I'm not going to finish that. I don't know how to pronounce his name. Our backup goalie, who is very good.
Yeah.
I saw him in our game against, oh my God, who did we play? When I went to their game, I forget. But he was in goal. Okay. When I went in Newcastle, it wasn't Pope, and I was very devastated about that. And he was good. We won.
Yeah.
I mean, we did play kind of like
a bad Southampton.
Team. Southampton, that was it. We kind of played not a great team, but I mean,
it's fine.
It was fine.
Yeah.
So he seems to be good. It does affect my fantasy team because my backup goalie. Okay, let me explain. So I don't know goalies in the Prem. Like I don't really know a lot of people in the Prem. I'm trying to learn more. Right. That's why I'm doing this. Like whatever, all this stuff. The only other goalie besides Pope that I know and like is Matt Turner from the U.S. men's national team. So he's my backup right now, my fantasy team.
And your fantasy Champions League team?
No, my regular
Prem.
team.
Okay,
my Prem fantasy.
Because I was like, who is he? What team is he in?
No,
the Prem,
he's not.
In the Champions League. Okay.
He's not. No, this is my fantasy Prem.
I actually have not been following up with my fantasy Prem at all. I've just been following up with
50 points.
With my Champions League. Really?
I thought I had like 81 or something, it said. I think it's because Son scored a lot and then was also captain, so I got like extra points for that.
My goodness. I should really check on that.
I feel like check on that. Such like a cool person. Like, oh, my fantasy team. No, I know. It affects my fantasy team.
I love to do that. I love to be like, oh my God. Well, when Anthony Gordon scored, I was like, oh, this sucks for Man United, but my fantasy team is going up. I'm getting points for Anthony Gordon.
Literally.
It was exciting.
Do you want to hit the next bit of news?
Right. So this is a quote. I don't know where Liz quoted this from.
ESPN.
ESPN, okay. It says, Rashford is now a major problem for Man United. Will Ten Hag drop him?
It was just the headline of an article.
And this is unfortunately true. There was an article that I was reading from Jamie Carragher. Anyways.
Him.
And he was talking about how his play against Newcastle was really bad and how like he was unable to like literally track Livramento. Like he wasn't able to stay on him.
No.
And he was like, what are you? You're just running around the field. Entering himbo era? Question marks? I don't even know. But
when a man just runs around the field, he's entering his himbo era.
No, literally.
When he has no purpose in life except just run around on the field.
Exactly. And he has no goal. He's just running around, having fun, see butterflies and daisies and...
It reminds me of that scene from My Neighbor Totoro where they're just chasing after the butterflies.
Right. And he dyed his hair blonde.
Which has nothing to do with anything. Just a himbo thing.
Nothing to do with anything. Another himbo trait. Just like a sudden change up of hair. And it's like... But yeah, he was talking about how like he like reminded him of Anthony Marshall now. Because like he had the same like really fiery startup when he started and like... goals, and then now he's just kind of like plummeting.
Well, I think it's because everyone expected him to be on the Jude Bellingham trajectory, and he was.
He was for a while.
And no longer.
I don't know how he like hopped off of that. He like literally jumped from like the top of like an 80-foot building. Like it's kind of really sad.
That's really
fantastic. Jamie Carragher was talking about this, and I was like, yeah, this is really true, you know? Yeah. And also like I feel like he's not really been the most in terms of like how do I put this? He's not really been great at being a gracious loser as well. Which like you're not playing well and then you're like throwing a fit because you're losing. Like whose fault is it that you're losing?
Yeah.
I'm not pointing fingers, but you're the one on that field. So
yeah. Don't point the fingers at me. I'm not on the field.
It's not me.
Yeah.
I'm not doing anything. So
ungracious loser or tire or draw or however you want to. It's been a theme this week.
This has been.
And we'll get into that a little later.
Right. Right. It's a little crazy. Liz, you want to hop on the next? Wait, what's the next one? Oh, okay. Well, Holland surpassed Mbappe in Champions League goals. This is another crazy thing.
Yeah. This is a really cool one.
This is a really cool one. He's had 35 appearances but 40 goals, which is kind of insane.
Which is crazy.
Yeah, Holland is unbeatable.
Reigning champion.
To be honest. Yeah. I don't even know. He's kind of like superhuman in his ability to score.
He's less money in the Premier League fantasy team, so I do have him on my Premier League, but I don't have him on Champions League. He's way more expensive.
I have him on my Champions League. I don't know. I was like up, and I was like, oh, he's on my team. What a surprise! A City guy on my team. I'm not even looking. I hate him. I hate him. Like, I don't hate him as a person, but I just hate Man City. Yeah, so you know, like.
Listen, when the worst people ever are like good at their jobs, it's horrendous.
It's really hard to
deal with. And we'll get into that when we talk about City Tottenham game,
right? Which was insane.
What a game. But next bit of news, Anthony Gordon was awarded the Player of the Month for November by the Prem. Unfortunately, though, for some stupid reason, he's not on the English national team. And every comment under, like, anytime they post about Gordon on, like, any social media, they're always like, put him on the team. Yeah. Gareth Southgate is always and has been my enemy. That British-ass man, he looks horrendous. I know his personality is horrendous. I know he has no redeeming qualities. Right. He could have a redeeming quality by putting my man on the U.S. or on the English national team. But he's so stupid, so...
But Liz, this is kind of a good thing for you, because if he was on the English men's national team, he would have to play Italy at some point, and then he would help in the destruction of your country's national team.
Unfortunately, Italy is ass, bro. At the current moment in time.
This is true. This might be true. I don't even know.
It is.
But, you know.
I know this. I know.
It's like when you think about it, it's like, at the end of the day, this is good for me. It sucks for Anthony Gordon.
At the end of the day, I don't know why do I want England to have a good player on their team? I'm rooting for their downfall. When you think about it,
it's like, why am I trying to make this team
better?
I hate this team. or like
yeah, anytime they play like the US or like Italy, I'm like, you're my op.
You're literally my enemy.
Except when they're playing France, then I'm like, let's go England.
Right.
Rah rah. Taking that teabag out of the ocean.
Exactly. The only teams that they're playing against where I'm like, okay, I'm not rooting for you right now is Argentina. I won't root for them. I won't root for England. Italy now, kind of, because you're so like, I'm like, oh, it would be kind of really horrific of me to root
especially
for them,
after my Nana, I welcomed you into our family.
Absolutely. For your Nana and for all of your family, I am now an Italy supporter when it comes to Italy, England. There we go.
Thank you.
And
the
what
US.
Other country? The US, yes, exactly. That's it. These are my three countries. We're like,
and like the underdog teams.
Right. If they're playing Croatia, I'll support Croatia. If they're playing the
what was that
Netherlands,
really good one? Morocco.
Oh, Morocco. Yeah. Absolutely. Underdog teams and then my three.
The big three. Yeah. Agreed. And then I'm not going to try and pronounce this. Do we want to? We're going to apologize next week. But okay, so there's a player on Tottenham, Dejan Kulusevski.
I don't know if the J in his name is pronounced. It's spelled Dejan, and I don't know if it's Dejan or Dahan, or I don't know where he's from, so that might help.
I believe he's
Swedish. Okay. So
anyways, he did the LeBron James celebration of like the push down on the knees. And we were all wondering,
we were like, what did he just do?
Why does a British/Swedish person know who LeBron James is?
Right. It's like, why is
I understand that LeBron James is probably one of the most famous people in the world. Like,
Liz, literally, in the world, we were watching it together, and she points to the TV and she goes, "My culture is not your costume."
So my philosophical question, what is it?
I think it's Dejan. Wait, okay, let's listen again. Dejan Kulusevski. Alrighty, there we go.
I don't understand why people outside the U.S. know who LeBron James is.
Liz, a couple minutes ago, goes, we were having this conversation, and she goes, yeah, this very important theological question of why do people outside the U.S. know about LeBron James? And I was like, so true, because this is a theological question. She goes, yeah, not even a philosophical one. I was like, no, only God can answer this question.
It's true.
It's kind of crazy.
Because if you guys want to gatekeep, like, your polo or whatever, I can gatekeep basketball.
Right.
Let us have one thing.
Let us have it for ourselves.
Yeah. I don't even watch basketball. I don't know why
like,
this is so heated about this.
Don't be colonizers right now.
Because I know what you're about to do is colonize.
This is cultural appropriation. This is our culture, not yours. Celebrate like Jude Bellingham or do the Ronaldo's whatever.
Whatever.
You have so
Don't
many
celebrate
options.
like LeBron James.
You have so many options.
I know LeBron doesn't even know who you are.
I know.
Klosevsky.
I wonder. That's funny.
He can't even pronounce your name.
No, I know. Please.
Please.
Have decorum.
He was the one who did that weird celebration with the horns. Like, he's known for doing weird celebrations.
Oh my God. It's the same guy?
Yes.
That's crazy. Wait, what a silly guy. It's like before every game he Googles, now what celebration can I do if I score a goal in this
God
one?
forbid he came up with his own.
I don't think he has
I think his own was the weird horn one where he slipped and fell.
Wait, was that the guy who like tried to slide fell and then came back up?
Yes, that's what I'm saying. And then under that video, because it got a lot of views or whatever, under that video, there was like a couple of Tottenham fans that commented and were like, what's wrong with it? And Beth responded to everything. Which was really
I was
funny.
like, how do you guys not see it?
Like,
They were
there's a problem.
What's wrong with the celebration? And I was like, are you seeing what I'm seeing?
Do you have eyes?
He slipped and fell. He got up again and he
The
tried
bull
to...
horns.
This makes no sense.
It makes
Anyways.
odd. And then last but not least, our last bit of
news.
news.
Right, so Sheffield United are set to sack their manager, and wait for this, Paul Heckingbottom. This is an actual name.
Heckingbottom. That's not the most British-ass name you've ever heard.
This is the most British thing I have ever seen in my life. This is the most British name I've heard. I thought that Sir Bobby, no, not Sir Bobby, Sir Ratcliffe.
Yeah,
the guy who's
John Ratcliffe.
John Ratcliffe. I thought his name was like so British. I was like, oh my God.
This
Heckingbottom.
is straight out of a Harry Potter
This
book.
is comedic. No, this is like,
Maybe it's a joke.
No. Maybe J.K. Rowling wasn't exaggerating when she came up with names like
Longbottom.
Because we have Heckingbottom.
Longstaff, Longbottom,
These are some crazy
Heckingbottom.
names. Heckingbottom.
What the heck?
What the heck were they thinking?
What the Heckingbottom?
We should introduce that to our vernacular.
What the Heckingbottom?
Like, what the Heckingbottom are you
No,
thinking?
because what the Heckingbottom? Man's lost 11 out of 14 games that they played, and the other 3, one was a win, and the other 2 were draws.
Mm-hmm. So Sheffield United are doing really poorly.
One would say not great. They only
one
have
would say-
5 points.
Yeah, they're doing really bad. Their former manager, Chris Wilder, is set to replace him.
That's a normal name.
This is a more normal name. This is a name that is very common, I would say. It's just like Heckingbottom isn't even like, it's not like that's such a unique name. Not a lot of other people have. I've never heard this name. It's like funny.
It's a joke.
Like, are you making a joke? Is this like, it's like I'm reading a comic strip and it's like they're introducing Captain Underpants. And
it's like Detective Heckingbottom is coming. And it's like a joke. It's like a spoof on Sherlock or something.
It's supposed to be, his name is funny. No, but this is a real guy's name.
This is a grown man who walks around saying, hi, my name is Paul Heckingbottom.
People will call him Mr. Heckingbottom.
Imagine we get a doctorate, Dr. Heckingbottom.
No, literally.
I would not be able to take him seriously.
Like, his graduation ceremony must have been really sucky for him.
Maybe there are other Heckingbottoms. Maybe there are more ridiculous names in the alphabet when they go down the list. I mean, it is England after all.
They can't stand the Brits. They drive me insane.
I can't wait to move there. Anyways.
All right. On to our new segment.
Question mark?
So this week, there were a bunch of really controversial calls by refs and a bunch of really important games. So we're just doing an analysis of a bunch of them. So we can start with the Man City Tottenham,
which was huge. So famously, Man City and Tottenham have been battling it out for spot number 1, and they're 2 really good teams this year. Their game was 3-3. There was 1 own goal by Son. Very tragic, I must say. It was an accident. I will say he didn't do it purposefully. It was an accident.
Most own goals tend to be accidents.
But the ref, so there was a foul on Holland as they were going to attack in the 93rd minute.
I think Grealish was running with the ball, and he was like...
Well, so what happened was there was a foul on Holland by a Tottenham player.
Right.
He got the ball. He passed it to Jack Grealish. It was either a Foden or Grealish. I don't actually remember.
I think it was Grealish.
Whatever.
So I remember someone was like running really fast, and we were like, "Oh my God, Grealish
and it would
is
never
running!" And then they never got there.
They would never.
Right.
He would never run that fast.
He would never.
And so what happened was, it was an attacking play. They were going to score. He actually managed to like outmaneuver the Tottenham defenders.
Yeah, and he's running.
He's running
towards the goal.
Then all of a sudden, in the middle of his play, the ref blows his whistle to stop it to call the foul.
Which is insane, because in the middle of a big play like that, in the middle of an important play,
you can't do that.
You don't do that. You got to wait for it to play out.
Yes. Either blow the whistle as the foul happens, or wait for it to end. Wait for the play to end.
Exactly.
It was a scoring opportunity. Honestly, City probably would have scored, and they would have won the game.
Yeah.
Not rooting for City in this situation,
obviously,
but we are calling out a ref.
But I am rooting for my fantasy team, and my fantasy team has some City players.
So exactly.
Come on. It was insane. And then the City players went
ballistic.
Berserk. Like, they were insane.
There's a really funny meme going around of Holland screaming. We will insert it here. It is really funny photo. I will also put it up on our Instagram. Okay. There have been some funny memes, so maybe I'll make a compilation of all the memes. But so Holland started yelling at the ref, and like a bunch of the other players came up as well, and he could have been charged with where is it?
By the English Football Association.
Oh yeah, because he also because he also criticized the ref on Twitter or X, whatever you want to call it.
We're gonna call it Twitter.
On
this podcast, it's Twitter.
Yeah, we don't support Elon Musk.
Yes, we are anti-Elon Musk.
Yeah. So on Twitter, he like commented under like a video of it going like WTF, and so that the FA could have charged it.
No, the English Football Association could have criticized.
Yeah.
Could have charged him.
Sorry, the EFA could have whatever, but they didn't. Instead, City is getting charged for a breach of FA Rule E 20.1. If you so please. Like, I don't have the rule book open with me at all times. I don't know.
The lawyers will know. They will handle it.
But basically, it's a conduct of their players.
Yeah. It says, I'm just going to read what you have put in the statement. FA said, Man City has been charged with a breach of the FA Rule E20.1 after their players surrounded the match official during the Premier League fixture against Tottenham Hotspur on Sunday, 3rd December 2023. It's alleged that during the 94th minute of the fixture, the club failed to ensure their players do not behave in a way which is improper. Man City have until Thursday, 7th of December, 2023, to respond to the charge.
So they're getting charged, and that's actually a really big deal because they could go down in the standings. They could face relegation.
They could face another Everton, like it's like a get docked 10 points type thing.
Yeah, it's like really big. Everton is right now struggling to like break out of relegation now, which is
like
really
they're in the bottom, and it's like they're. It's like
they're struggling to come above the line. That's what I've pictured things visually very weird. No. So I was like, picture them like struggling to get up the line, like, over the line.
Climbing up the ladder.
Literally.
They're like being pulled down by
But Newcastle is going to hit them because we are playing them next. Anthony Gordon is going to score every single goal against his old team.
Of course he is. No, here's the thing is like the Prem League, I know it feels like it's been going on for a while, but the season is just starting technically because we have up until like next spring, and usually
it happens in like May.
So we have a lot of months of games left. Yeah. So any team that's in the bottom 3 right now, it doesn't mean that they're locked into that spot. Like they have a lot of time to just like climb up. So,
but it makes it harder to climb up.
It does make it puts you in a worse spot. I feel like these teams in particular, like Everton, is battling relegation, whereas Man City is trying to win. So that's the difference. Is like Everton's trying to survive in the Prem League, and Man City, if they get docked, it's like they want to finish top 3. So
Yeah.
that's their thing. It's like a difference in terms of like your goal as a team.
But
It's like,
still, it's going to be real bad if they actually do get charged.
No, it is.
So I'll be very curious to see where this goes.
It will be harder for them to end up in the top 3. Holland's
Yeah.
going to have to pull some real, like,
And I
crazy
posed
tricks.
another theological question. Was Erling Haaland during this, because the City Tottenham game, he didn't do a lot.
anything, really.
One would say nothing except miss a lot of shots. We were
And
watching
run around with his hair blowing in the wind.
like a L'Oreal ad.
What is going on right now?
Anyways, my question was off day or just letting that butt ugly haircut mess him up?
That is an ugly haircut. Holland has a scary face, I will say.
Wait till you guys see the photos.
It's so
of
funny.
Screaming. It's so funny.
And they're edited, and he's screaming, and, like, they've made his mouth so dark. It's like a Lord of the Rings, like, thing.
It's so funny. Have you seen his face photoshopped onto, like, the Super Mario thing?
Oh, no, not the Super Mario thing. I thought you were talking about his face being photoshopped in the meme.
The painting?
No, I haven't seen that.
Oh, I'll send them all to you. They're
my
so
God.
funny. I'll put them up on our Instagram.
Okay. Incredible.
The next
Yeah.
ref thing.
So another part of the ref watch. So the Man City Tottenham one, the ref made that call. I did read an article where they talked about how that was like not wrong. Like the ref obviously like he shouldn't have done that, but it's not like an illegal thing that he did. But it's just like this is like a common sense type situation where you should just be like, okay, I'll let this play out before I call this. You know, like he was too hasty.
In theory, it's wrong.
It's like socially wrong.
Yeah.
You know, it's one of those things where it's like not
Fiscally
socially
okay.
acceptable. Socially liberal, fiscally conservative.
Exactly.
No, it's exactly like one of those situations where it's like it's not technically an illegal thing that he did, but no. And then the next one, the Newcastle versus PSG game. The ref called a penalty that was not a penalty. This one was wrong.
Yes.
Is what I read. So
everything I've read has just been like, it was ridiculous.
It was ridiculous. The ref couldn't make the call, and he relied on the VAR, which, again, I can't deal with this.
I can't deal with you people anymore.
I can't deal with
sick of
this.
it.
I'm sick of this. I'm sick of refs not doing their job, but it wasn't a penalty, and it resulted in Newcastle drawing with PSG, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
which now puts us in a worse position because we were originally in second place in our table, which was already hailed the death group.
Right.
We were in group like 4 or something. We're in the worst one. We are battling. We are by far, at the start of this, we were by far the worst team. I mean, Milan, no words. But we won against PSG 4-1. We drew with Milan. We did lose to Dortmund twice, whatever, but we were doing pretty well. We were holding on our own. We were up 1-0 against them. Then in the
the whole game.
The whole game.
For the whole game.
And we deserved to win. I'm sorry. We worked
did.
our butts off. We deserved to win that game. And that's why Mbappe, remember the other week you were like, I hated how he was celebrating like so obnoxiously. That's why, because he was like, oh, now.
Yeah.
And so now we're in third place when we should have been in second, and only the top 2 teams make it onto the round of 16, and we should be safe. But now we have to fight frickin' Milan,
which like you guys have. You'll be okay. I know we'll make it. I keep saying you guys as though.
Yeah.
We'll make it. We'll make it in the top 16. It's kind of guaranteed.
But it also
Hopefully.
means that PSG has to lose to Dortmund.
I know.
PSG has to lose, and we have to win.
That which is more difficult to make happen.
December
but,
13th is going to be quite scary, don't you think?
Maybe we catch a flight to where PSG playing? Paris? Are they going to be playing in Paris?
Well, they might be playing in
Or Germany, okay. Catch a flight to Germany. Maybe.
But Milan is coming to St. James.
Well, we don't need to sabotage that game because that one, we know Newcastle's winning.
No, but I'm just saying we should just go for vibes.
No, but we need to ensure Newcastle's place in the top 16.
Oh, true. So you want to like go and like sabotage
the game.
Remember when we
obviously.
watched Bottoms and they blew up like a tree? Maybe we do
I didn't
that.
watch Bottoms, but yes.
Oh, you weren't.
I was in there that night.
My bad.
That's okay.
Ignore my spoiler then.
That's okay. I
It's not a
completely
spoiler.
didn't hear it. Gone.
And then do you want to talk about the last one?
Right. So the Bournemouth versus Aston Villa. This was another game. Semenyo, one of the players, literally pulled onto like the Aston Villa players.
Really?
Yes. He wasn't awarded a yellow card. Yeah.
Shoot.
I know. It was insane. People were like, "What do you mean? What do you mean?
What do you mean?
What do you mean no yellow card?"
So where was it in relation on the field? Was it close to the goal? Like, would they? Because they would have gotten a free kick.
They would have gotten a free kick. I don't know.
Would it have been like
where
a goal
exactly
scoring
it was.
opportunity?
I think it was just like an attack opportunity. Like
Yeah.
he was running with the ball, about to like.
Yeah.
I don't think he was in the box yet, but I think he was like running. It was like the Jack Grealish running towards the goal type situation,
And
he pulled
him
his
down
shirt.
and he didn't get a yellow.
He didn't get a yellow.
Wow.
Yeah.
These refs.
These refs are kind of
Odd.
what are you doing?
Come as the DJ. Odd.
The advent of VAR has made them incapable to do their job.
You have one job.
One job, and what is it? To ref. Your job is to ref.
And you can't even do
And
that.
you have not been reffing. No, Hooper, though, the ref for the Man City Tottenham game, he's under some heat. Like,
Good.
It's a lot of, like a lot of former refs have been talking about it, and they're like, this is insane that he did this.
Because
like,
while I understand that, like, technically he didn't break the rules,
Blah, blah, blah.
you can't do that.
No, I know.
It was in the middle of a play. Like an attacking play with a goal-scoring opportunity at the end of the line.
Mm-hmm.
And you stopped it.
Yeah.
You said, halt.
He
Stop.
said, halt in the name of the law. That's literally what he said. Stop in the name of the law.
Stop in the name of love before you break my heart.
Oh my God.
That was my
So true.
Glee reference of the day.
Yeah, see, as an avid Glee hater, I cannot share that reference with you, but I stand with you.
And then just to go down the Prem rankings. So Arsenal sits in first place. Liverpool.
Not for long.
Not
Sorry.
for long.
Not for long.
Oh, you will be debunked.
You will be debunked.
Dethroned.
You'll be thrown out. Yes, dethroned is a
You'll be kicked out.
Right.
Liverpool's in second. City is in third. Aston Villa is in fourth. Aston Villa we do not talk about, but they're just
insane.
always in the top 5. I don't
Insane.
understand.
Which, like, is a new thing this season.
No.
They have never...
No, Aston Villa is always in, like, at least the top 6.
In the top 6, yes, but never in the top 4. Aston Villa's, like, the most mid team you can think of.
I don't know. Last season, they were sitting comfortably, and they were, like, always in, like, 6 or 5 every...
Let's see where they finished. I do not remember this.
Tottenham did drop down to 5th, so this is phenomenal news. Charlie, you are welcome back anytime you want. Keep going down. We don't even like y'all like that.
Sorry, Charlie.
Newcastle is in 6th, and Man United is in 7th. Newcastle was in 5th before the whole Tottenham City debacle. Don't get me started.
Right. So last season, Aston Villa finished 7th.
See, like, they're just always kind of, like, in that, like...
But never in the top 4.
Okay, never in the top 5.
Because they're, like, perfectly, like, mid. Like, it's, like, 20 teams in there. They finished
But we don't
right
talk
above.
about them, and somehow they're in 4th.
I know. This season, it's, like, teams that you wouldn't think about. Like, Tottenham?
Where did Tottenham finish last season?
8th. Tottenham finished 8th, yeah. They finished below Aston Villa.
That's really funny.
That's really funny. Brighton and Hove Albion.
We're, like, 6th.
6th.
Yeah.
So Brighton, yeah.
Obsessed with
insane.
you not being able to pronounce it, because neither can I, but obsessed.
Hove Albion. This is it. Brighton and Hove Albion.
That's
their
who we
full name.
played. That's who Newcastle played when they were at Red Bull Arena over the summer.
Right,
and then
Brighton.
we were losing 2-1. And then my uncle was like, my son wants to, like, my cousin wants to go. And, like, my dad was like, oh, we're not going to win this game. And I'm just sitting there in my Newcastle jersey, like, okay, we can go. Like, whatever. They're like, do you want to leave? And I was like, well, if everyone else wants to leave, like...
Really? You left the game early?
So we left the game early. They scored as we were leaving to tie it up. And then actually, no. We were losing 1-0.
Okay. And Newcastle scored to tie it up.
Scored to tie it up.
As you were leaving.
And then scored to win as we were leaving.
Oh, no.
They scored twice.
Why did you leave early? What was the reason?
Because my cousin was little and he wanted to go home, and it was like past his bedtime or something.
Oh.
That was it. I think we were down 1-0 or something. They scored to tie it up as we were leaving the stadium. Then they scored a second time as we were walking out.
Sorry, they're gonna have to take
And we
my
won.
dead body. You're gonna have to take my dead body out of those stands.
We won 2-1, and I missed both the goals.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Sorry, my dead body. You're gonna have to.
No,
drag
I
over
was
there.
so upset, but I was like, okay, well, my little cousin's like 7, and like my uncle wanted to leave, and my dad wanted to leave, and we were losing, and there was like 4 minutes left of the game. Like we literally, it was like
There were 4 minutes left.
there
in
was
the
like
game?
literally.
Oh, I didn't
like,
realize.
It was like the end of the end, and they scored in the last 2. Like they scored like 2 goals and like whatever.
last 2
And I was like,
minutes,
I'm
4
never
minutes.
leaving the stadium early again.
No, literally, it's never. I'm staying until the end of the games. No,
My
but
uncle
like,
felt
that's crazy.
so bad.
Yeah, makes sense. Aw, that's okay.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Anyways.
That's fine.
It was a good time. I saw Nick Pope. I have a picture of him zoomed in, and I went, "Oh my God, guys, it's Nick Pope."
I know. I remember that. I remember this.
Anyways,
Getting
just to
into
get
the
one
Premier
game.
League game, Newcastle versus Man United.
We're only going to talk briefly about it. We
Right.
don't have to talk a lot about it.
There was one goal. It's fine. I'm happy for Newcastle. Upset for Man United. What can I do?
Unfortunately for Man United, listen, we were watching the game very I was watching this game very neutral. Obviously, I have a bias towards Newcastle, but watching and like being with you, I've grown a fondness for Man United. Of
Aw.
course, how can you not? They are such a team that honestly you just
They
can't
are
help
such
but
a-
just be like, wow, I kind of want you guys to win one.
No.
Like, please win.
It's like they're making themselves underdogs
Yeah.
in the most horrific sense. It's like,
So I've grown like very
okay.
very fond of them.
I love to hear that.
And so I was watching this very neutral, but I will say, as I'm watching, and I hate to say this, but God, Newcastle should have won like 5-0. The way that Newcastle was playing and every single commentator and announcer and the people like Tim
the
Howard,
pundits, yeah.
were all saying that the score of the game 1-0 did not reflect
How the game was played.
Newcastle flounced
Yeah.
them, trounced them.
What's the word?
What
I'm
happens
trying to
when
say?
the wave comes up and you get trounced?
Is that the word?
I think so.
Trounce. Okay. Okay. We'll move on because I can't think of the word you're thinking of.
I think it's trounced. They dominated them.
They for sure did. I feel like Man United have been dominated every single game ever, or like every single game
Yeah.
they've played this season in particular. So this is not a surprise. Not a surprise.
Imagine my
kind
surprise.
Of expected. Imagine my surprise. Bad surprise, but not really ever surprised
Yeah.
because it's been. If there's one thing about them, they're consistent. They're consistently dominated by the teams that they are playing. Consistently
And
at the
somehow
bottom.
they're in 7th place. I don't understand.
This makes no sense. It's being rigged by like Sir Alex Ferguson up there because he's like so important. He's like, you gotta bump them up a couple. They're 14th.
Sympathy
You gotta
points.
bump them up to 7th.
Like sympathy.
Cut that by half. Put them up. Yeah, sympathy points. Literally.
Sympathy.
It's like, do you not feel bad for them? Look at them crying on that field. Look at Rashford running around the field, not tracking
Chicken with
the
his
one
head cut
person he
off.
needs to track.
Yeah, literally
in
the
this
one
game.
person he has to
Literally the one
'Cause,
person.
No offense, Livermento, he'd be running circles around that man.
No, for
Livermento,
sure.
one thing about him, he's gonna run circles around everyone else.
Livermento is so talented, and the thing is, Rashford is put on Livermento because he is thought to be of a similar caliber. But Rashford is just running around the field, like having a field day. He's like, wow, the sky's so blue today. Oh my God, I just want to roll around in this grass. Maybe I just drop and roll. Dandelion, look. That's what it was. It was feeling
giving.
like, right?
It was serving himbo.
Exactly.
You guys will never guess who we award the himbo
Himbo
award
award
to. You literally will
We'll
never
never
guess. Anyways.
Okay, moving on.
So Newcastle is dominating, but
Right.
it's 0-0 at the half. However, 55th minute, Anthony Gordon, when everyone's screaming, my man's, you know I'm the loudest. I found one photo with Anthony Gordon where Catalina said, Liz, I get it. I understand. And I'm riding on that high. I have been so happy ever since I found that one photo that
picture.
people can be like, Liz, we understand why you find him attractive.
Where Carolina can be like, Liz, we understand why you find me attractive.
Beth, come on, admit you said it was a good photo.
I said I liked below. Like I will say this still. Like I still stand with this. Like I think he's attractive. physically.
Neck down.
From below the neck. I just think that the face is a little too funky for me personally. But he seems so sweet, Liz. He seems so
I think he's attractive
sweet.
from the neck down is one of the most insane things I've ever.
Because it's like he has a great physique, right? He's like,
His
you look at him and
arms?
it's like, yeah, okay, I get it. I get the hype. Looking from the back, it's like, okay, like, I like his, everything is great. And then it's like, anyways.
I'm going to pee my pants. That's so funny.
Oh, God.
Okay, I'm going to compose myself.
Okay, we'll move
Anthony
on.
scored an... Anthony scored in.
Okay.
Oh my god.
It's okay. Anthony
Okay.
scores in the 55th minute.
Anthony, because we're on first name basis.
Right. Absolutely. We're besties with him. With the guy that I think is attractive from the neck down.
Anyways, he scores. Kieran Trippier crosses it across the right side of the big box.
Right.
Across. Miggy goes to shoot it, misses it, and Gordon just slams it right in on the left side. And yeah, I mean, smash in every instance. Like, I don't know what you want from me. Like, at the end of the day,
That was a good shot of him, I will say.
like, at the end of the day, I'm a woman who thinks that men are talented and then happens to admire that talent by also thinking they're attractive.
That's what it is that the talent leads to an attraction. This is where I stand.
I'm sorry. Did your favorite player, random man at the senior event who you know who you are, did your favorite player win Player of the Month? No. I bet he didn't. Not that I would know, because I don't actually know your favorite player.
Right.
Because I stopped talking to you after that.
Right, because that was a weird comment to make.
But did your favorite player
No.
win? No.
You say, did I pick my favorite player because he's attractive? No. Did
No.
I pick him because he's talented? Yes. And look at where he is.
Look at where he is. Scoring, winning.
Player of the month for November.
Eating it up. Wait, remember the TikTok where the TikTok about what happens if I just woke up one day and decided not to slay?
He's like, I'm scared that one day I'm gonna wake up in the future and I'm gonna think, why did I just slay all the time, slay the house boots down all the time? It's just like, what if I stopped to think and didn't slay all the time? And I was like, this is Anthony Gordon right now.
Literally.
This is literally him slaying it up every day. Like, every game he's playing, he's slaying.
Yeah.
It's like, how can you if there's one thing about Man United is that they're consistently sucky. If there's one thing about Anthony Gordon is that he'll consistently slay.
You're going to consistently eat him up.
No, literally. And it's crazy. Like, I really admire him because I feel like he came so far from last season.
Yes.
Like,
Well, because he was hated.
Yeah.
And I think that really shows what, like, having a good team and having, like, good support will do. If that
Right.
makes sense. Like,
Makes a lot of
Everton
sense.
was not going to shape this man into Player of the Month.
No, absolutely not.
But Newcastle and Eddie Howe, they were.
Whipped him into shape. Like a Ted Lasso type thing.
Yeah, exactly.
It's literally a Ted
He
Lasso
also,
type thing.
like, sometimes, like, listen, every player in the Premier League, at the end of the day, you are extremely talented at what you do. You're in the highest level
Absolutely.
of English soccer.
And fans hold you to the craziest standards.
Yes.
So, like, everyone understands
Listen,
that.
everyone is talented, but sometimes you need that push to be even better.
Right.
And Anthony Gordon at the start of the season, when he first got traded to Newcastle, I'm not even going to lie to you, hated that man.
No, he was a small fish in a big pond, and he was, like, making his way.
Do you remember when we were in the
No,
Mayfair and
I
every
do
time they would
remember.
substitute him in, I'd be like, get this man
No,
off?
I remember this. Isn't that crazy? How far he's come?
Anthony, I would never do that to you now.
Anthony, she never even said that.
I would
was
never
me.
say that.
That was literally me. What are you talking
Yeah,
about?
no, I would never say
She
that.
never said this. If you're listening to this, Anthony Gordon,
No,
she's
I would
been your
never.
biggest supporter since day one.
Yeah.
When you were in the trenches, she was supporting you. So, you know.
So,
It's
it's true.
We need to message Sam Fender today.
We do need to message Sam Fender today. Beth and I, every single day, have been messaging Sam Fender. I don't know if we've ever mentioned this.
This is a crazy thing.
I don't remember if I mentioned this last week or not, but you're going to hear it again if we did.
Sorry. We've been messaging him every day. Liz has been sending the messages, and it's like, I'll be like, oh my God, so slay. Yes, come. And it's like, we've been asking Sam Fender to come to America and perform.
To perform.
Like, why don't you have your tour here?
Here.
You have a lot of fans.
Maybe we should start messaging Anthony Gordon to just come say hi.
I think you should start messaging
We should get him to come on the podcast. Day one of asking Anthony Gordon to come on our podcast.
Day one of, oh my goodness. That would be insane. Imagine him just sitting right here.
Yeah, and I could be like, hi.
Liz would literally be like...
I'd be sweating.
No, we wouldn't be able to have a conversation.
No, it would actually not work out really well because I'd also try not to laugh at his Liverpool accent.
His Scouse accent. But I think that would be kind of nice to hear.
He'd be like, oh, use, and I'd be like, nope, I'm done.
I'm out of here. You say, Beth, this is your problem now. You take care of this for me.
You deal with this now. I will
leaving.
not lie though. Every time I watch an interview, I put the volume all the way up to try and get used to his accent, his Scouse accent, because I'm like, well, one day I'm a wag.
Right. When literally in the near future, when it happens, you're gonna have to be able to stand there and listen to his vows and say, not laugh and say, oh, I do
love you no matter what.
I do love you in sickness and in health
and in bad
and even
Scouse
with that accent. Even with that accent, I stand with you.
Obsessed.
I can't wait for that day to come.
Me too.
I'll be standing next to Liz and I'll be like, Liz, don't laugh.
You kick me.
I'll stop it.
I'll like Carolyn kicking me when I said weird things to people that I should not have said things to. It's gonna be the same thing.
Same energy.
Anyways.
Okay.
Whack. Anyways, getting into our categories. So best goal. So our categories are kind of a mix of a lot of different things. So best goal we did give to McAllister for Liverpool. Watch this goal. You will be floored.
Let's see.
So the ball is being crossed into the left-ish middle of the outside of the big box, but kind of far outside of the big box. McAllister settles it and just powerhouse shoots it from outside of the big box.
And a significant distance outside
of
the
a
big box,
significant distance.
Yeah.
Like outside of the half moon.
Right.
Kicks it, curves it to the top right corner of the goal.
It's insane.
We're going to replay this again just because it is so
insane.
Beautiful to look at.
It's insane. Kind of a golazzo if I...
It was gorgeous.
It was beautiful.
I don't understand how people have the talent and skill. That's a really funny screenshot of the ref, of the goalie.
Right.
So we did
that
give it to
crazy.
him. Slay.
He deserved it, for sure.
That was the goal that, remember Carolina sent us the TikTok of the commentator being screaming?
Yeah.
He was like, oh my God!
He literally screamed profanities, guys, on TV.
Yeah, he was
said,
so shocked.
Oh my God. Profanity.
Marcus Rashford, hottest player award
of the week goes to Joao Felix. Guys, the words. Just look him up.
He also scored a banger against Atletico Madrid. So, Catalina, that was
a beautiful goal.
It was gorgeous.
That was really beautiful. It was like he kicked it over the goalie.
Yes.
It was so
he
good.
Popped it up.
And he wasn't even in front of the goal, which is why the trajectory of the goal was really impressive. Yeah. It was one of those in physics shouldn't be possible type of goals.
It was really good. So, and he's really hot. So, very excited to make that post.
Yeah. He's just, I don't even know. Joao Felix is so hot. Okay. Tom Barlow Himbo Award of the Week. Kind of split. I guess we gave it to Jack Grealish at the beginning of this podcast. But in the middle of the podcast we were like, wow, Marcus Rashford and Himbo. It was a discovery. It was like, we usually have these discussions before, and then that's how we come up with these. We didn't have this talk, so now it's it's split between Jack Grealish, Marcus Rashford. Both himbos in their own ways. Jack Grealish is basically the spitting image of Jamie Tart.
Yeah.
From Ted Lasso.
Oh my God, I also blocked it.
I was like
what?
what? Yeah, no, it's fine. They're literally, I know that Jamie Tart is based on his character, is based on Jack Grealish, but I think Jack Grealish is based on Jamie Tart because Jamie Tart is the original.
The
He's
original.
the real
yeah,
soccer
no.
player.
Jack
Sorry.
Grealish actually didn't exist before Jamie Tart.
Right. He came
Yeah.
into existence after.
Exactly. I'm glad we're on the same page about
Yeah,
that.
absolutely.
And then Marcus Rashford, you heard all of our
Right.
reasons.
Dandelions.
Best moment. So I wanted to put obviously Newcastle winning, but it was not a best moment for you.
Right.
So I do want to open up the forum. What do you think are some of the best moments?
You're asking me?
Yeah.
Wow, putting me on the spot here.
Like, what would you nominate as best moment of the week?
I would say, honestly, although I hate Tottenham, I was glad when they scored that third goal.
Me too.
Because, like, I hate City more.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want
What if we say Tottenham dropping to 5th?
Tottenham dropping on that table.
Best moment.
Absolutely, yes.
And City also dropping to 3rd.
Those two, my two ops,
Our two
dropping.
ops dropping.
Literally, our two ops dropping. That's perfect.
Yeah.
It's,
I'm so happy that I'm so happy that Tottenham gave City a run for their money.
No, I'm glad that they didn't just give them an easy win.
Yeah.
I was reading another article that was like, the literal headline was like, is City becoming easier to play against?
Yeah.
And I was like, yes, knock them down.
Yes.
Knock them down. Because I hate teams that like, obviously everyone loves a team that's like undefeated for a while, but then it's like they've been on a really long run of being undefeated. It's been like 5 years.
I'm sick of it.
Everyone's sick of it. It's time to change up the scene.
Switch it up.
Which is why Aston
DJ
Villa's
spin the
coming up.
track.
No, literally. This is what's happening,
Yeah.
and I'm ready for it. So
Yeah.
I'm glad that they dropped. So that's my best moment, our best
Good.
moment, I guess.
Agreed.
If you agree.
I do. Worst moment, Nick Pope's shoulder dislocation.
Yeah.
A scream was heard around the world, and it was by me. Like, I'm not even kidding when I say, like, that's my goalie.
Yeah. Precisely at 8:34 p.m.
Liz
on a
fell to her
Thursday
knees.
night, Liz fell to her knees and screamed into the skies in agony, and everyone
true.
around the world heard it. I'm sorry.
It's true. 8:34 on a Thursday?
That was just a random day. It was just like, I had no idea when this happened. It was during the Man United game.
Yeah.
So it was around 5:30 on a Saturday.
Yeah.
5:30 p.m. on a
Saturday. There we go. Best celebration goes to Jack Grealish's slide.
After he scored that goal.
Wow.
That
I
was-
have it pulled up,
Okay.
so if we want to
We should
watch
watch it. Yeah.
He does
Let's
a
watch it.
gorgeous slide. I will say, though, when his face comes up to the camera and he's
It is
screaming,
scary.
it is
It's frightening.
trigger warning.
Yeah.
For the kiddies listening, it's
Like,
really scary.
It's scary. For the girlies, wait, go back 10 seconds so we can see like him running into where he is. Exactly.
Okay, so here's his goal. Holland crosses it.
Scores
He
it.
taps it straight in through the middle. He's running. He slides right into it, and then
that was scary.
and then for some reason number 3 slid too. Did you see that? Watch in the corner. Watch number 3 just like, what are you doing? Let Jack have his moment.
They're so funny.
Let Jamie have his moment.
Let Jamie Tart have his moment.
Enough. Sick of men.
Jamie
Tart do 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 do. Jamie Tart do 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 do.
Jamie Tart. Jamie Tart.
Anyways.
So true.
We're having lots of musical
I
moments
know.
on this
It's
episode.
like a karaoke episode.
We actually throw in a karaoke episode.
No, let's do it.
And then
We have-
actual player of the week, Liz's player of the week, and Beth's player of the week all go to.
Anthony Gordon.
We have to have a song for Anthony Gordon.
No, I know. We should come up with one. We'll
We'll come
produce
back
it.
next week.
Yeah,
We'll have
with a whole
we'll
song
produce
for you guys.
We'll
We'll
write
literally
one.
produce a track. Like, this man needs it.
He does.
He needs more than this. He needs a shrine. Like, we should just like.
He has one
little
in
Anthony
my
Gordon shrine.
heart.
Aww.
Oh, that was weird.
No, that was kind of cute. I think if
That
he heard
was
it,
odd.
he'd go, aw,
Oh.
in his little Scouse accent. I
I
don't
think
know.
if he heard that, he'd go, "You freak."
No, he wouldn't, because he's kind of himbo.
You're right.
He'd go,
What does that mean?
yeah, that's what he'd say. What's a shrine?
Because British people famously actually aren't even religious like that.
Right.
You know, King Henry VIII made up a religion just to divorce his first wife. He was like, I'm sick of you. You didn't give me a son.
I can't stand you.
I can't stand you. And I want to marry this Anne Boleyn girl.
Sorry. Get out of my sight. Get
Yeah.
out of my face. we're religiously incompatible because I'm
Church of England, which
I'm
I rule.
Protestant? I'll make that up. I'm moving
Church
on.
of England, which I rule.
Which I am the king of, and you are not allowed to be in my religion. Stay back.
Not to get on a religious tangent with our last 4 minutes, but the Church of England is insane.
The coronation for King Philip. King Charles, oh my god, sorry. Was insane. I was like, the Church of England was there. Crazy. Or like the head of the Church of England.
Which is him.
I know.
It's insane that they like, is it like they worship God, but like he's the head of it?
No.
Is he the Pope equivalent? Or is he
for England,
God equivalent?
No. So these are valid questions. I love how we're getting to the theological aspect of the questions that you were asking at the beginning.
It all comes full circle.
Here's what I think. I do not say that this is accurate information. I might be on here next week apologizing. I think that it's
we have
like
computers,
the Pope.
But we're not looking it up.
Yeah, it's like kind of like the Pope, but it's like the head of the Church of England is in like the national religion of England is Protestant, or like I think that's the official religion. So it's like as the head, he's not like the Pope, where he's like actually actively like, I don't know what the Pope does. He like promotes the religion. I don't know. He just does God's work. This isn't what he's doing.
The current Pope just goes, gay's good, and everyone else is like, gays are bad. No. And it's a whole thing.
He says, maybe let's break away from tradition, and everyone says, no.
No, we actually hate you.
Get out of ours.
Get out.
Pope Francis.
Why would they even elect you? Why would God choose you? God doesn't know what he's talking about.
Exactly.
If he thinks gay's good.
I don't think the head of the Church of England is chosen by God type of thing, though.
I do believe that is actually true because I think it's like the bloodline.
There is no way.
That weird incest bloodline, I believe it's like picked by God. Or at least maybe that's what King Henry VIII made up when he made this stupid thing.
I think... Okay. His Majesty the King is the supreme governor of the Church of England. So basically what he does is appoints archbishops, bishops, and deans of cathedrals on the advice of the Prime Minister. Does? I don't know. That's why I said I don't know what the Pope does.
The Pope saves goals.
Big Pope!
That's a good one, Liz. We need lobotomies. ASAP. Sign us up. Get us to where they put that Kennedy sister. Get us.
So true.
Lock us up.
She's
Put
so
me in a
right,
straitjacket.
You don't understand. The conversation we're going to be having after this episode is going to be insane. I can't wait for it.
This was, I think, by far the most insane episode we've ever had.
No, we've been on some crazy tangents. And I like how we come like back full circle. Theological questions, theology.
Nick Pope?
To finish it off. The Pope? Nick Pope. The Pope.
He's my Pope.
And on that note,
thank you all so much for listening.
Yeah.
Don't forget to follow us on all social media. Stop the ball. I've been dropping the ball recently because of finals and the dance show. Beth and I are both dancers on the dance show. We had that this weekend. It was crazy.
We just got done with it though, so
we'll all be good.
Right.
And then yeah.
Make sure to follow us on our socials. Mine is at Bethlehem_Bethlehem with 2 H's in the first H.
And I'm Elizabeth.Mezzina, Mezzina.
Yeah. All right, guys.
All right. Thank you so much.
Stay tuned for more updates, I guess. Bye.